Hello, my friends, Gary Girls, and fellow poets. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Good to see everyone. We have 12 people watching. Hello, everyone. But we only have one like. That won't do. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Oh my god, YouTube is off on one already, asking me to show you guys an ad. Skip ad. Hello, Tracy. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. I don't think we've seen you here before. I apologize if we have, but this is the first time, I believe. So, hello and welcome to the live stream. Hello, class. Our brand new Poetry Cover. Class joined us over on the Poetry Cove. So, thank you so much for joining us over there, class. Good to see you. While we're on the topic, I might as well mention it. If you don't know, the Poetry Cove is a website that I run, a poetry community, and we have in September what's called Poco Chapmo, Poetry Cove Chapbook Month, where we're all going to get together and each of us are going to write either your first chapbook or your next chapbook. So do head over to the poetrycove.com/forum, scroll down, it's nearer the bottom. It is literally called Poco Chapmo 24. So if you want to spend the month of September writing poetry, uh, with us and me and everyone else, all the other amazing covers. Make sure you do that. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Mitchell. Hello, guys. Gosh, we are filling up today. We are filling up. This is great. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Tanya. We've got 13 people watching, 14 people watching. Holy cow! Nice one, guys. Hello. That's a lot of people watching the stream live. Do hit that like button. It really does help the video. Honestly, there is a reason YouTubers say it. Please do hit that like button, so we can make sure that the video gets uploaded to well, it will get uploaded, whether you like it or not, but it will get pushed out to more people the more likes it has. So please do hit that like button. I can see you guys doing that just now, so thank you so much. I am going to get real sweaty in here tonight. It is so hot. I'm already really, really hot, so I apologize. Thank you so much for that heart coming in. Oh, yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Sounds like fun. Poco Chapmo. Yeah, it should be really, really fun. Mythical Meter, who is a regular here on the streams, it's his brainchild and stuff. I'm just kind of supporting it, but it's going to be really, really good. So if you want to get involved in that, don't forget the poetrycove.com/forum. Scroll down to Poco Chatmo 24. It's already up and ready to go. We won't start until September, but there is a thread where people are sort of introducing themselves already and what they want to accomplish throughout September. Raven, who is here in the chat, is taking part in that and has already done so. So um, there's a friendly face. Let me just quickly catch up on the chat, guys. Sorry. It's my first time, yes. Well, it's so good to have you. It's always amazing to have new faces in the chat. Hi all, hi Nikki, how you doing? Class, hello. Chris, hello, how you doing? Dazzle in the dark, how are you doing? Good to see you. Delgal, hello. Um, yes, Delgal, no, and Raven, any members that have seen the new video. So a new perk that I figured I kind of thought, okay, the loyal supporter tier doesn't really get that much other than a end of video credit. So what else can I do just to make it worthwhile? So a new perk that I've added for all channel members is early access to videos. So members, they can watch next week's video as of today, but no spoilers for people who aren't members and won't get to watch it until next week. Hi, Mark. How are you doing? Good to see you. Mark is also taking part in Poco Chatmo, if I remember rightly. Thank you so much for those hearts. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Gosh, I'm hot. I'm going to be putting in a shift tonight. Um, for those of you who didn't see my community tab or haven't seen the video today, I recorded it right. I had to change my t-shirt because I filmed everything. It was all great, and then I went into the edit and I saw that my mic, like it is now, is cutting off half of my t-shirt, and my t-shirt says, "I like coffee, my cocker spaniel, and maybe three people." And yeah, go after the stream, go to my channel, go to the community tab, and or on my Instagram, and you'll see what I mean. Hey Adam and all the other amazing people in the world also here. Hi Danny and Mitch, how you doing? Moderator supreme. So I've kind of got an idea. I've kind of got an idea for a topic tonight. I just didn't get round to putting it in the title, and maybe I will now. But I was thinking along the lines of form and talking about form. Maybe I'll just put that in the title now. The importance of form? I don't know. Let's the importance. Let's go with the importance of form. Brackets question mark. For now, let's see. Can't you open your door a little bit? I'm sure the noise won't be too bad. You can always close it again. Yeah, maybe I will do that. If it gets too bad, maybe I will do that. Um, but we'll see. We'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on. So we're all poets here. We're all poets here. What do we have to say about the importance of form? That's all I've got, by the way. So this is in your hands, and there's quite a few people watching. It feels really great. Thank you so much for joining us on your Sunday evening and for hitting that like button. You guys are great. Um, so I probably should do a bit of housekeeping as there are new people. These streams are really just a bit of fun. Wow, YouTube's really trying to throw the ads in there. I've noticed that recently, even just watching YouTube regularly, they're really ramming the ads at the moment. As a viewer, it's kind of annoying, right? And you have to wait like sometimes 60 seconds for the ads to skip. As a content creator, I'm kind of enjoying it, of course, but it's annoying. What was I saying? Yeah, so these streams are meant to be just a bit of fun, okay? Just some poets on a Sunday evening, just kind of discussing and stuff. Hence why it's called Conversing with Poets. So these streams are always better the more engagement we get and the more opinions we get in the chat. I understand that some people they prefer to just watch, and that's great. You know, that's fine. Thank you for watching. Thank you for even being here. But yeah, the more you guys get involved, the easier the stream and the better the stream will be. But I do ask that we keep it respectful. We don't talk politics and we don't talk religion here. Those are the two rules. That's the only thing that I kind of stipulate. And with that, and we're respectful, of course. We have to be respectful. So even if your opinion differs from mine, that's fine. That's great. Like, please feel free to express that. Just keep it respectful is all I ask. I feel like the form of a poem should be intentional. For example, it's become trendy to put in random line breaks, but those who started it did so intentionally. Yes, so that would be called enjambment. That is a technique called enjambment. Yeah, and you have to, yeah, line breaks should be considered. One thing I will say is obviously you also don't want a massive massive long line running all the way to the end of the page. So I guess um you need to consider where you break that line, even if it's just, you know, to help the flow of the poem and the rhythm of the poem. But there is also enjambment and a reason why things get broken as well. So definitely keep that in mind. Do you guys? I can't remember. Maybe Nikki, you can help me out here, or anyone who's been watching for a while. Have we discussed form on one of these streams before? I can't even remember. I half feel like we might have already discussed this, but I'm not sure. We have been doing these streams since November, um, so a good while. What mental maths again? Is that 10 months? Is that 10 months? Everyone's going to laugh at me now. I believe we did long ago. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. We might be repeating ourselves. Yeah, I don't know the names of any of this stuff. We've discussed types of poem, kind of identity, and identifying them and summarizing, which clearly fell out of my brain. Mine too, apparently, mine too. But you know, we've been doing these weekly since November for 10 months. It can't be 10 months. I'm talking a load of nonsense. 8, right? No, but November, December, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 months. I had to count on my fingers, okay? Words are my thing, guys, not numbers. 10 months, that seems crazy. That can't be right. That doesn't feel right because it hasn't been a year. That's mental. We've discussed types of poem. Yeah, hi, Juan. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. We're kind of talking about the importance of form. How seriously do people take form? I believe it was long before you restarted this live stream. Oh, okay. That's okay. 8 months. This year is a fast one. Yeah. We're in August. We're in August already. My head is not functioning properly. My head's not functioning properly. But yeah, how seriously do you guys take forms? And do you have a favorite form that you go to? I find my favorite forms are I've written the most the forms I've written the most in are sonnets and villanelles. But don't forget each poetic form has a history behind it. Sonnets are usually for love poems, right? But I know there's a big sort of rebellion against form and stuff. And if that's you, that's totally fine. And again, that's what makes this sort of whole series of live streams really interesting is the differing opinions. So please do feel encouraged to express your opinion. I don't write poem, but I study them and I like them because of the hidden meanings. Nice. Yes. Yeah, that's one of the great things about poetry, right? Is that there can thank you so much for those hearts. Is that there can be so many little hidden treasures. That's why I like analysis. I don't really sit down and think about a form when writing. It's much more fluid creatively. It's much more about the image and the rhythm of the work. Let me just read that again. Sorry, that heart keeps getting in the way of everything. I don't really sit down and think about a form when writing. It's much more fluid creatively. It's much more about the image and the rhythm of the work. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. I like to work that way most of the time. I like to work that way most of the time. God, YouTube, man. Chill out with these ads. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Let's just press pause for a second. Not literally. Don't literally press it because then you won't be watching live. But let me just see if I can do something about these ads. Monetization on. I'll keep it on balanced. That's balanced. I'd hate to think what aggressive is. Okay, I'll put it on conservative. I'll still keep ads because your boy has to make a bit of dosh, but it does seem a bit over the top. I tend to write. What was I saying? Yeah, so I usually write that way too, Nikki. But every now and then there'll be something in me that goes, I want to write in form today or tonight or this instance. I want to write in form, and then I'll write with a form in mind. I tend to write a lot of free form. I tend to write a lot of free form, but I try to keep lines even all the way through. Like if the first stanza has 4 lines, all stanzas have 4 lines. Nice, okay. Unless I do a short 2 line ending. Nice. I really liked your villanelle on the Poetry Cove today, Raven. Thank you for sharing that. So you do sometimes write in form. I always end up writing poems that are much longer, normally 2 pages long. Wow, nice. I don't really know what form that falls under. And then on those lazy days, I keep to haikus. That's fair enough. I don't blame you for wanting to switch up into the haiku every now and then if you usually write 2 pages. That's impressive. That's impressive. What's happened to Nightbot? You sacked him. I did sack him. Yeah. Do we miss Nightbot? Do you guys miss Nightbot? I can bring him back if you guys want to bring him back. He has been put in the naughty corner since last week. Need to put YouTube in timeout or just let Nightbot handle this situation. Yeah, if only I could get him to do that. I have put ads on conservative, I think was the wording they used. It was on what was it on? Me I don't know. Okay, hang on. Let me go back into the settings because I got to get the right phrasing. It's on conservative. It was on balanced, but it seemed pretty aggressive to me. Also, yeah, Raven, you see, I fixed that emoji. I fixed that emoji. This is going to sound awful, but I never want to see Nightbot again. Oh, Nikki. Nikki. No, I'm joking. This is going to sound awful, but I see people who aren't seasoned poets and who don't read poetry trying to write one, and you can see they are trying to force words into a form and it reads awfully. Ah, but at least they're trying. If they're not seasoned, at least they're trying, right? I know what you mean. I know what you mean, but we got to respect the effort. The hell? Something just like swept over the roof of my shed. We have to respect the effort, um, and then tell them to come and subscribe to Adam Gary Poetry because I'm doing 60-second uh, poetry shorts. I may even do a how-to video again, but I also have Saturday School on Poetry Cove as well. So send them my way. I don't really like writing villanelles though. Oh, that's okay. Do you know what? I kind of love them. I think I think there is a possibility that villanelles may overtake sonnets in terms of my preferred form, which is interesting. I miss Nightbot's aggressive handling of my caps lock tendencies. That's why I know it sounds awful. I think it's part of the reason I hate rhyming couplets. They are the root of all manner of poetical sins. Yeah. No, I understand. I understand. But at least they're trying. At least they're trying. Assuming that they're trying to do like longer forms, uh, which some people, I'm not going to keep naming the people, but we know when I say there are certain poets out there that don't even try that. So at least they're trying. Just send them my way or to the Poetry Cove for feedback or anything like that. Nikki is missing Nightbot's aggressiveness. Absolutely. We all start from somewhere. Yeah, that's like the sort of one of the, if not the main themes of this lecture. By the way, guys, while I say that, my lecture is not this coming week, but the week after, which is starts on the Monday the 19th, the week of the 19th. So there's a possibility that I may not go live next Sunday because I'm traveling the next day and I would kind of like to chill out that night and probably like just do last minute prep and stuff. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be a live stream next week, but there will be a live stream the week of the lecture because I'm only there Monday to Friday, so I'll get back and I'll stream Sunday and tell you all about it. Boo hiss. If you're not following my Instagram, go ahead and follow my Instagram, Adam Gary Poetry. I'm certain there'll be. I'll let this ad run. You're about to get an ad. Sorry, guys, but as I say, your boy is hustling. Um, I'm certain there'll be updates throughout the week on my Instagram. It's so quick how Instagram gets its claws in you, and you're like, oh yeah, gotta share this, gotta share that, gotta share this. You know what I mean? So yeah, Adam Gary Poetry on Instagram. I write sonnets, rhyming couplets, haiku, and tankers, dang autocorrect. All form poetry, but free form is my favorite. I feel that. I feel that. Actually, tankers are one of my favorites. Haikus are one of my favorites. And sonnets villanelles are kind of battling it out at the moment. But I talk about tankers in my lecture as well. I talk about tankers in my lecture too. Yes, Adam, you're super sweet and very welcoming, creating a safe space to explore poetry with others. Much appreciated. Oh, you're very welcome, class. Thank you so much for saying so. It really is. It really is why I do everything I do around poetry because I'm so passionate about bringing people into poetry more than anything, more than my own poetry writing. Although, yes, I like to share my own poetry, but that is really what fuels me and drives me is kind of bringing more people into poetry. But yeah, tankers I talk about in the lecture as well. I and tank. Okay, fine. Stream exclusive, guys. Tankers are I'm going to tell you right now, tank how to write a tank. Oh my God, YouTube, what are you doing? I literally just let an ad run and it's come up again saying ads will run shortly. Skip. Jesus Christ. Oops, sorry. Uh, now I've lost my chain of thought. I love the story behind tankers, and I'm gonna do a how to write a tanker video just because I love sharing the story of the tanker. It's beautiful. I don't know if I've said it on, I know I've done it on Saturday schools, but I don't know if I've actually said it on the channel before. So the story behind the tanker is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. If I have said it before and I'm repeating myself, I apologize. But it comes from, I think, the 4th or the 7th century Japan. Someone can maybe Danny and Mitch can fact check me there. Tanka, Tanka. I think it's 4th or 7th century Japan. And it's 5 lines. 57577. And the haiku came from the tanka. So a tanka is 57577 and a haiku is just 575. But the story behind the tanka, so back in 4th/7th century Japan, when things were super like strict and you couldn't have a lover before marriage or anything like that, like couples would meet up in secret, spend the night together, and then the morning after they would separate and go into different rooms of wherever they are and sit down and write a tanka poem to exchange, to then come back together, exchange their poem, and then part ways. I just think that's so beautiful. That is like that is something that I wish modern society still did. Like how beautiful is that? Like a little keep keep safe, forget me not kind of thing. Like beautiful. Nikki, I hear you. Rhyming poetry is almost always really, really bad just because people try too much to force meanings, phrases with the next word that rhymes. Yeah. Now, I love rhyming poetry. Personally, I love poetry that rhymes. But like we all start from somewhere. And when I first started, if I read back stuff like from Poetry in Motion now, which is out of print for good reason, although some of it still survives in the early hours. When I read back on some of that now, oh, the rhymes were like so forced. But that is a rite of passage, guys. We got to look at that as a rite of passage. We've all got to do terrible rhyming before we level up. I write free verse. Oh, it's gone. Where's it gone? I write free verse, mostly inspired by my subconscious dream state. You know what, class? I wish I could remember my dreams. I was at a poetry festival in February and I needed to kill some time. So the only workshop I did at that festival was about writing poetry based on dreams and stuff. And I had to own up and say, well, I don't tend to remember my dreams, so I'm just here to sort of observe. I think there is something to say about going to workshops just to be a sponge, just to get information in, even if you know that this workshop isn't going to like blow your mind. It's information. You can never have too much information. You can never absorb too much information. Well, some might argue that point. My brain might argue that point right now. Tankers are my favorite. I think autocorrect is trying to get me to write about childhood Tonka tracks. Oh, I think I remember those. I'm not getting any ads come on. That's because I'm fighting them off for you guys. I'm literally standing here with my sword, like fighting them off. We are the chosen ones, Del Girl. Nikki, exactly. Oh, wait. My, I see someone, a certain someone's in the chat, but let me just scroll back up to where we were before we say hello. Um, I'm not getting ads either, like last week. I think that's what was making my chats a few minutes behind. Not sure. Possibly. Here he is. Possibly, Tanya. It's coming up now, so I'll let these ads run. If you do get an ad on the other side of it, just make sure that you're watching live. Um, maybe that's why people keep like stop watching live because the ads. I don't really know how it works. I'm trying to, make a few pennies, but I don't want to ruin your stream experience either. But hello to Mr. Matt Wall. He is in the chat tonight, and my chat box has gone everywhere. Wait, am I that far behind? No, 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 no. Dude, why don't I get notifications that you go live? Because at the mention of a calendar, I think you unsubscribed. And hello, Matt Wall. What's up? Yeah, I've decided when we hit 10K, by the way, I want to hit 10K subs by the end of the year. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I really want to grow the channel, and part of that is trying to find video sponsors and channel sponsors. So I want to try and at least get to 10,000 subs before I start doing that. But when we hit 10K, I'll the guy the subs and the Gary goers here were asking for new merch. So car wash calendar at 10K subs. There you go. What, they never meet again? That's so sad. Sometimes, again, you got to remember we're talking 6th, 7th century. I don't know. Did I say second? I don't. I actually can't think of the century that it comes from. But yeah, we're talking like arranged marriages, and you couldn't do that right back then. I mean, Japan has got some pretty sort of strict way of life as it is now. So you can only imagine what it was like back then. So yeah, sometimes they would never see each other again, and they'd just have this tanker poem to remember that night by. Yeah, Nicky Jam, a rite of passage. There you go, Nicky. You got it. There you go. 7th century. Thank you, Danny. 7th century. Waves embarrassingly enthusiastically. There you go. Embarrassingly enthusiastically. There's a sentence. I had a dream I was Grace Bonn and was really mad when I woke up. I don't know who Grace Bonn is, but is it someone you don't want to be, I guess? I too like rhyming poetry. Yeah, I enjoy a good rhyme. I enjoy a good rhyme. Funnily enough, Matt, you're talking about moving to the Philippines and stuff. Literally about an hour before going live, it just randomly popped up on my recommended, and I've forgotten it now. Ah, there's a place in Vietnam that looks amazing, and I've started making notes of different Airbnbs. Unfortunately, I'd love to go for a month, but unfortunately, I've just got too much going on that I couldn't disappear for that long. Dang No, or Dang Noi, something like that in Vietnam. Ah, Da Nang. Da Nang in Vietnam looks amazing and super cheap. I had a dream where I was at a hotel and everywhere I went bumped into Dave Grohl, and all he said was, "I like ham." Nice. So weird, Nikki, but that's a great person to dream about for sure, for sure. Have you got your ducks in a line? Not getting any ads, just pestering you, not us. Maybe it's just me then. Oh, it's hot. It's hot. Da Nang, yeah, that's it. That's it. It looks amazing. Apparently, it's super cheap, but it is becoming more and more touristy. So if you wanted to ever do it, now's probably the time to do it. But it looks amazing. It's on my list. Yeah, you can give me Harry and disappear. Oh, thank you, Danny. I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. I would love to take Harry with me, but it would probably be way too hot. And obviously, you've got like quarantine and stuff for pets and stuff. Also, not seeing any ads. Interesting. I'll just let them run then. Yeah, I want to go there too. It is really inexpensive for sure. Yeah, it looks super good. It looks super good. So, Matt, what are your thoughts with form? We're sort of discussing form tonight. We've discussed, oh no, we lost a subscriber. I just realized we've lost a subscriber. That's not good. We've gone in the opposite direction. Someone's unsubscribed instead of subscribed. What are your thoughts on form, Matt, and anyone else that is watching and would like to contribute? I'm getting ads, and yes, they'll go. My ducks are getting lined. Nice. Okay, someone's getting ads. We're just throwing them all at Matt. That's all. Thanks for watching my ads, Matt. Appreciate you. You'll get two more. Don't worry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I am aiming for 10,000 by the end of the year. I sort of I set that goal and then I thought, no, that's too harsh. I'll set it to 7,000, but I'm pretty sure 7,000 is going to be too easy. I'd like to think we'd hit 7,000 pretty soon. So 10,000 by the end of the year, guys. Taking one for the team, Matt. Yeah, thank you, Matt. Watching all the ads. Watching all the ads so we don't have to. Matt Wall, watching ads so we don't have to. Okay, it's come up again. Ads will run shortly for some viewers. It does say for some viewers. So I think it's like, it must be picking you guys out. The algorithm must be picking you guys out and deciding which one or who to show ads to. And apparently it's Matt Wall. If you guys, this tends to happen, so we kind of, is it like a lottery? What do we do if we win? What do we do? What do we win, sorry, if we get an ad? That's a good question. I have premium, so no ads. Ah, there you go, Raven. There it is. What do we win if we get an ad? You win a, I have no idea. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. One of the things I'm thinking of getting, I think I've said this a week or two ago, with the memberships, I'm thinking of getting like a, it's called a stream deck, and I can press a button and it will like just change things on the screen. And I have seen streamers like if someone like leaves a super chat or someone becomes a member or someone does something that's really out there, they press a button and like a whole clip comes up on the screen. So I'm thinking of doing that. I'm thinking of doing that. It's come up again. Ads will run shortly for some viewers. Oh, Chris got an ad. Chris is taking one for the team as well. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate it. I got skipped with ads. This is great. This is why you watch these streams, because they just sort of descend into madness. This is what happens when Nightbot isn't around, okay? Great. First you lock up my sweet baby Nightbot, and now I don't get ads either. I'm so sorry, Nikki. I'm so sorry. What are we gonna do about this? Damn it, we got added. Oh, Danny and Mitch got an ad as well. Oh, damn, just had an ad. Tanya's got an ad. Now I need to think of all these prizes. There are so many prizes I need to hand out now. YouTube, what are you doing? You're costing me money. You're not making me money. Now I need to buy trophies for everyone. Yeah, Stream Deck. I was thinking of getting a Stream Deck, so when people sort of, when we hit like, sometimes I leave targets for likes and stuff, or as I say, when someone super chats, someone joins as a member, they press a button and there'll be like a firework graphic come up or something. So I'm thinking of putting the membership money towards that. I'm also putting the membership money towards On the Hunt stuff. Oh, oh, I got a story about On the Hunt. I got a story about On the Hunt. So the best On the Hunt video I've ever done to this day, in my mind, is the Christopher Marlowe video, right? I'm convinced, absolutely convinced, 110%. So I was like, okay, I really want to do a Halloween special live stream. Instead of across the moat from the location, if you've seen the video, I was hiding in the bushes across the moat from the actual ruins of the manor. I want to see if I can be on the ruins of the manor, right? So I emailed them. I emailed them and was like, "Hey, can we do this? I really want to get some other YouTubers involved as a live stream." And they were like, "No, can't do it." Also, there are bylaws about drones and stuff. And they were like, "We need to have a conversation." It sounded really ominous. So I just run away. I just run away like a scared chicken and didn't reply. It was great meeting you all. I have to run though. I'll be back for the next session. Cheers for now. Thank you so much for joining us, Tracy. It was nice to welcome you into the group. Have a great rest of your day, Tracy. Tracy leaves and Jeff joins. Hello, hello, Jeff. Welcome to the live stream. Good to see you. Get a sore throat. So I did set up, you guys. I don't know if you can see this. I did have my green screen set up because I felt like it is time. It is time that the channel had a new video, even though I'm ridiculously busy even now. Although, as I say, that will change. That will change in just a couple of weeks. We'll get back to regular scheduling. I've just been working so hard on this lecture for promoting passion. Um, yeah, I felt like it was time to get another video out, so I put the green screen up, and it was going to be an ASMR video. But ASMR videos are so hard to make when you live under a flight path. I have to be filming them at like 3 a.m. I'm ready for bed for like by 8 p.m. So God help me having to stay up until midnight for all the planes to stop. But just so you can see, I did have the green screen ready. I will make another ASMR video. But I've got a new video hitting your screens next week. You can probably already guess what it is from what I've already posted in terms of like Instagram posts and community posts and stuff. Flight path ASMR. Yeah. Close your eyes. Take deep breaths. Oh. Yeah, yeah. It spoils it a little bit. I don't know. I might be wrong, but it spoils it a little bit. I'm also really excited. Oh my God, ads again. Ads again. Okay, guys, sorry to make you my guinea pigs, but please feel free because I'm not seeing the ads right. I've got my little desktop here and whatever. If these ads are ruining the experience, then I'm just going to turn them off because I feel like it's relentless. What was I saying? So please be honest with me if you think it's a bit too much. What was I saying before that? Class message retracted. I didn't see that one. You retracted it before I could see it. Uh, I can't remember what I was saying. Between flight path and ads. Was I talking about the lecture? I'm lost. Oh yeah, I know what I was gonna say. I'm gonna use this week away to also get my next chapbook written. Christopher Marlowe. No, just after that. After that. I was gonna say chapbook because I've always said my next chapbook will come out in September. So I have premium so I don't get ads. Nice one, Jeff. Nice one. Um, yeah, I have always said that September will be the next chapbook. I've already left one clue on my Instagram on purpose. People are like, "Huh, I didn't notice." I did that on purpose. You wouldn't it does have a theme, yeah. It does have a theme. I've known what the theme for this chapbook will be before fungal matter even came out. I've had the cover made up on Canva before fungal matter even came out. And I made a quick start and then life changes happened and then I lost the inspiration for it, but I really want to get it done. It feels really important for me to get this chapbook done. I feel like emotional just talking about it. Hang on, let me take a second. I can feel myself. Okay, we're good. There are for you, but I've only got one ad and you need the money. Sorry, that just sounded I don't know, that just sounded really funny in my head. And you need the money. Yeah, do I look a bit disheveled? Do I look a bit disheveled? I hope during next month's prompts we will get challenges for form poetry. I really need to write more of them and challenge myself. Yeah, I think actually if Mark is still here, Mark suggested that, so I'll take that up as well. There will be three types of prompts during September. There will be your traditional prompt, um, like a word or a sentence or something like that. There'll be an image prompt and there'll be a form prompt as well. So if you've joined us a little bit late and don't know what we're talking about the Poco Chapmo 24 event that's happening on the Poetry Cove. You don't need a membership. You can have a free account. It's go to thepoetrycove.com/forum. Scroll down. Eventually it's towards the bottom. You'll see a thread called Poco Chapmo 24. There is a thread in there to introduce yourself and express your mission statement. I'm calling it. You can already do that. So after this after this stream or during the break, go ahead and do that. ASMR can be intense for the sensitive ears. You have a great voice already. Why don't you just read a poem precise and slowly? Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I do the like finger flickers and stuff because that's what most people do, right? But again, I live under a flight path. I don't know if this will update live, but essentially you can't see it on the screen, but there's a little dial here. There's a little dial here for gain. And with ASMR videos, you have to turn that all the way up. Finger lickers. Is that what I said? I just spat. Sorry. Finger flickers. So I don't know if it's going to update live, but basically you go. I don't know if that worked. I actually need to change a couple of settings. But I can't have it so high on stream. Otherwise, I'll be blowing you guys away. But yeah, either way, under a flight plot. Oh God. Hang on, let me take a breath. My brain stopped working. I'm just nervous that Matt Wall is here. I'm all flustered because Matt Wall is in the chat. Um, Flight path makes it very difficult. But when the gain is all the way down, the mic is very good. Like you guys can't hear the planes. Multiple planes have gone over during the stream, but hopefully you guys didn't hear it. Mitchell Malone, emotional chickens, motivational chickens, bit of both. Maybe that's the whole chapbook. Chickens and Shakespeare rubber ducks. Who knows? You guys are wild. I'm just gonna say, you guys are wild. But that's why I love you. That's why I love all of you. But yeah, forms as this stream, or at least part one, is gonna be about form. There will be form prompts. So don't worry. By the way, thanks for the extras, Matt Wall. I have a whole week of reading ahead. Nice. I saw your post, Raven, of all the chapbooks from Matt. Good job. Nice one. That's inserted. All right. Well, I haven't had anyone come up and say these ads are getting on my freaking nerves. Turn them off. So hopefully you guys are good with a couple of ads. To me, it seems really like excessive the way it keeps coming up, but we'll see. I just had to allow your comment, Matt. Oh, which one was that? Wait, which one was that? Oh, finger lickers? I can only imagine finger lickers. And me saying that now 4 times has probably demonetized the video. Uh, or was it oh or yay? Crazy stuff. It's come up again. That's mental. Absolutely mental. Okay, guys, I know we've still got 15 minutes technically of part one, but I am dying for a drink. And while have slowed down a little bit, maybe we'll take a break early for 5 minutes, grab some refreshment. I need to grab some fresh air. You need to get into audiobooks, but for poetry. But you have such a nice voice for it. I like your tone. It's so relaxing. Thank you so much, Danny. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Is there a market for poetry audiobooks? Maybe. Maybe. I think it's quite easy to sign up to Audible to narrate books, but I've not really looked into it. If I get time, I will post a few of my sonnets to the Cove. That would be great, Raven. Yeah, I'd love that. I'd love that. The Cove has seen a bit of action lately. There's quite a few people signing up. I have been marketing Poco Chatmo, so that might be it. But yeah, there's a bit of a resurgence going on in the Cove. So again, poetrycove.com/forum. Come and hang out, share your work, or just meet cool people. But let's take 5 minutes. When we get back, please, if you have any questions or any ideas for part two, please share them in the chat. There's definitely a market for it. It would also be good for a radio station if that ever became a thing. Yeah, we did have a Poetry Cove radio, but it was costing so much money. Well, yeah, it was costing £20 a month, and the Cove doesn't make that, unfortunately. But maybe one day, again, maybe consider taking out a membership. And hopefully one day we'll get back to bringing the Poetry Cove radio around. A podcast too. Yeah, we had a podcast too. So yeah, take care, Matt. Thanks for being naughty. Oh no, I was naughty. Take care. Thanks for joining us. So let's take 5 minutes, guys. And if you have any ideas for a topic for part two, or any questions, if you want to turn this into a Q&A, if you want any advice, anything at all, please put it in the comment section below, and I will get back to it after I've grabbed another beer. That sounded really bad when he said it. That sounded really bad when he said it. What did I say that was really bad? I don't know. What did I say that was really bad? Oh no, I think I upset Matt Wall. Oh no. Finger lickers. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I said something that was really bad, and I think I upset the great Matt Wall. Okay, guys, let's take a 5 minute break. And when we get back, hopefully there'll be some topics in the chat that we can pick up and discuss. If not, we'll just wing it. See you in 5, guys. We're back. I got a fresh beer. Oh, and I haven't unmuted myself, or I haven't muted myself, I should say, because I do enjoy listening to that music. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So, yeah, hopefully that part one sort of helped you consider form. I think most of us like to write in free form. That is the modern thing, I guess. Sorry, there's a pen there that's annoying me, so I'm just moving it out of the way. But I think, just to sum up, I think form can be a good thing. Excuse me. Even if it's just to stretch our muscles and to consider new things. But how long has everyone been writing poetry? Oh, good question. Good question. How long has everybody been writing poetry? I'll let you guys start answering that first. I need to kind of think. I wrote my first poem around 18. Oh my God. It's been about, I would say maybe, oh, I can't do mental maths, you guys. What are you doing to me? I would say roughly about 14, 15 years, but I've only been like really going for it. Oh my God, only. I need to think about this for a second now. Actually, 2017 was the year I wrote Random Ramblings alongside like my Nerdian script and stuff. So 2017 was a big year for me in terms of like turning my back on acting and pursuing the written word. Since I was 12, I am 58 now. Wow, Raven, you have been writing a long time. That's awesome. I can only imagine like the body of work you have. That's fantastic. Do you still have all I I was going to ask a stupid question. Do you still have all of your poems? That would be very difficult if you started at 12. But I am curious to know like how much of that body of work do you have? I don't think so much that it's trendy. It's more that it's the most accessible. Yeah. It's harder to make mistakes when there's guidelines rather than rules. Oh, I like that. Guidelines rather than rules. Yeah, that's a good point. I like that. I like that very much. I started again this year, but haven't written one since, nor published my one and only. That's okay. I love that you've written a poem. I love that you came to this channel, got inspired, and you wrote a poem. And you've shared it with me as well at one of the open mics privately. Maybe one day I'll get you to share it on the mic. But I love that. I love that so much. Also, what advice do you give someone that hasn't written before? How should they go about getting started? Just get started. I know that's such at, at first glance that seems like the most basic words of advice. Just get started. But I truly mean it. Just get started. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink things. Don't overthink the form that we've spoken about. As Nikki said, guidelines rather than rules. Um, Write some free verse and just write down how you feel. If you want to, if you want to throw in a rhyme scheme and a couplet, even if you know we're not the biggest fans of that, yeah, it's fine. You got to start from somewhere. That's what we say. I write of passage, as Nikki said. Um, just do it. Just go for it. Just it's a good question because I'm talking. It's basically what I'm talking about in my lecture, but I hated poetry at school to the point where I think I went to one or two classes during the poetry module for GCSE, and I skived the rest of them. And now here I am, like doing what I do. Is um mental, right? Considering. So don't worry about form. Don't worry about technique. Just worry about enjoying the fact that you're writing your emotions onto a page. And if you want to throw a rhyme in there, do it. Please don't feel discouraged or intimidated, because poetry really shouldn't have to be endured. Trying not to my lecture is so in my head. I'm trying not to say everything that's in that lecture, but yeah, that's my first piece of advice. Just do it. Try not to feel intimidated by it. I naturally, if you, I understand if you do, but try not to. And then subscribe to Adam Gary Poetry on YouTube and Matt Wall on YouTube, and watch the different videos about getting into poetry. And I'm sure you'll love it. That would be my advice. I don't know if that's good advice, probably not, but other than at school and when I was a heartbroken wreck on my MSN tagline, I began, yeah, I feel that. I began to write poetry seriously in 2020. Nice, nice, nice. So 4 years, 4.5 years. Nice. I've only been writing poetry since September last year. I've always been more of a short story writer and written 2 novels. Wow. Awesome. That's really cool. That's a huge accomplishment to have 2 novels behind you. Currently, I juggle stories with my attempts at poetry. Nice. Well, I'm glad that you're part of the poetry clan, Chris. MSN the memories. Yes, MSN. We always end up down nostalgia alley on these streams, don't we? We're just a bunch of nostalgic adult children. I don't know. We always end up going down the nostalgia trip though. And I love it. Like, I'm not complaining. I love a bit of nostalgia. Not my earliest, not all of my work. I had some on discs that I can no longer access, and all of my college poems are in a binder. Ah, that I gave to my best friend. Well, I hope they're looking after the poems. Yeah, this is why I resist like streaming stuff and getting rid of books and getting rid of um books and CDs and DVDs and stuff like that. Don't make it easy for them to just discard technology. It sucks, but I guess that's just life, right? That's just the cycle of life. We don't really have cassettes anymore, so I guess vinyls have sort of made a comeback. They were making a good push, and I think maybe it's leveled out now. But what do I know? Good luck with that, Adam. I've forgotten what that's to. Good luck with that. I can't remember what that was. I have all my poems since around 2014 onwards. Wow, that's fantastic. Just dropping back in to say I'm not mad. Okay, cool. I thought I upset Matt Wall. I haven't felt the need to write since, so maybe something will come to me soon. If not, oh well. Yeah, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. I wrote one just before I met Adam, and then he helped me finish and published it for me. Then I wrote a random one a few weeks ago about chickens and cockerel. Yeah, I think you shared that. Didn't you share that on stream? It's actually we were making a joke about a chicken poem, and then you actually did it, and it's a decent extended metaphor poem. I started by free writing memories, etc. I lean towards the more purple prose style just to make it sound nicer. And I realized it read more like poetry than a journal. Maybe that's a start. That's a good start. You know, there are so many inroads to poetry, but the main thing is just just don't make it feel like a chore. Just do whatever feels naturally at first, because you can always learn bits here and there as you go along. But if you're just kind of getting into poetry, just do it and enjoy it. Don't worry about rhyme schemes, A B B or A B A B. Don't worry about all of that stuff. Just write how you're feeling. Just write how you're feeling in a poetic way. And the next question to that is, yeah, but what is writing in a poetic way? Again, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Matt's channel. There are little bit blog posts here and there that you can gradually learn what that means. But just starting out, write in a poetic way, in however that feels to you. Don't put too many. Don't put too many. That's kind of nice. Fan it myself. Don't put too many blockages on top of the stove. I have no idea. I get like this sometimes. I know what I want to say, but I don't know how to say it. The hipsters ruined it. Two novels I reek of envy. What's the hipster thing, Nikki? I started by yeah, what's the hipster thing, Nikki? The hipsters ruined it. Getting me to read my poem. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. Never say never. Never say never. Writing flash fiction helped me hone my poetry skills. No fluff, just meaningful substance. That's good. Yes, you read it on stream for me as it was my challenge to write it before stream ended. A few was lucky or unlucky enough for me to read it to you personally. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. Yeah, when did you read it out loud to me? Oh, it was at the last open mic, wasn't it? I say never. Okay, okay. Danny says never, so. So I guess that's it. We'll never hear Danny read her poem on stage. Oh, Hipsters Finals. Yeah, yeah. As I say, it sort of was making a comeback and then it just plateaued, I think. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the advice. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I didn't see anything wrong with that message, but it got retracted. But that's okay. You know, I am so lucky. I really am genuinely so lucky. Like you guys support me like crazy and I love it. And any challenge I set you guys, you do it. Um but I'm so lucky that you're also really supportive to other people. I love that. I love that we have these streams and you guys just help each other out and give each other advice and you're supportive and stuff. You guys are awesome people. With that being said, we have 13 viewers and only 12 likes. So the one person that is watching that hasn't hit that like button, please hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Or if you're new to watching and you haven't hit that like button yet, please do consider hitting that like button. It really does help the video. It really does help the channel. It shows that people actually care about the stuff that I make. So there you go. 13 viewers, 13 likes. Boom. That's what I mean. You guys are freaking awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. No, Adam, I hit the wrong button and it disappeared. Okay. No worries. No worries. You're good. I'll let you read it while I hide in the loo. Okay, Danny. Thank you. Thank you. No, I remember it. I remember it. You shared it at the Kingston open mic. I remember it. Oh, you mean you'll let me read it on stage while you hide in the loo? Fair enough. Fair enough. Yep and yep. Okay. But then you do realize I'll tell everyone that this poem was written by the person currently hiding in the toilets. And then I'll finish the poem and you will have to walk out of the toilet and past everyone and I'll still just get everyone to give you an applause as you walk past. So me, I just liked 13. Thank you so much, class. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That might actually be a fun idea for an open mic. Everyone reads someone else's poems. That is a I thought you was going to say everyone hides in the toilet. Okay, I'm open for suggestions. No, that might be an interesting idea. Yeah, that might be an interesting idea. Everyone's kind of puts a poem in the hat. Everyone puts a poem folded up into the hat, and then people take like maybe three poems out of the hat and then read. My introverted heart likes the concept. Just like 20 people in the toilet. Guess who? I'll wait for someone to come in and leave with them. Guess who? Yeah, fair enough. No, I actually kind of like that concept. I might think on that a little bit. Or swap poems like pub quiz answers. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. I kind of like that idea, guys. I might sit on that. Reading each other's poems is fun. We do that at my open mic sometimes. My co-host will just hand you a poem before you go up. Interesting. Okay, so you do that, Jeff. And I take it it's like well received and stuff. It seems like a good idea. It seems like a fun idea. Still here, got sidetracked. You're good, Tanya. That's fine. That's fine. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, Tanya. It'd be like the girls' toilet in high school. Could you imagine? It goes over well. I bet it does. I bet it does actually. I might have to think about that and maybe do one night like that. I had an idea for something to say. No, I've forgotten. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I don't think I've said it on live stream yet. I have mentioned it. I don't think I've even mentioned it on a video yet. No. If I haven't mentioned it on a live stream and I haven't posted a video for about a month, I definitely haven't said it in a video. But I do have a PO box now. I finally have a PO box. For years and years and years, back when I used to do Instagram and I had like a bigger account and stuff before I deleted it, and like when I started YouTube and stuff, I've always had people asking to send me stuff. And I've had to naturally, I'm sure you guys understand, naturally, I've kind of had to be a bit reserved about it. And some people I kind of give my address to, some people I don't. Um, Now there's no filtering because finally have a PO box. Royal Mail, who is like, for those in the States, Royal Mail is essentially US Post Service, right? You've got USPS, I believe. Um, the sort of the government postal service. Anyway, Royal Mail is the main postal service here in the UK, and they charge so much for a PO box, which is insane. So I've never been able to do it, but I have found a new service now, which is pay as you go. So it's far more reasonable. So if you do want to send me anything, I love letters. I write with my quill. I even bought a wax seal just to seal the envelopes and stuff. I love it. I know it's stupid, but I love it. If you ever want to send me letters or anything like that, if you go to my website, adamgary.co.uk, scroll down on the homepage to the contact section, all the info's there. So if you ever want to start a letter correspondence, that'd be super cool. I'd love to do that. I will reply um, and stuff like that. So yeah, just in case you missed that on my Instagram and community tab, that would be cool, Jeff. I've done improv before reading others' work. Interesting. The goal was to read a poem in character, if that makes sense. In character. Interesting. You know, I did in the last acting course I ever did. No, I didn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. The second to last jeez. The second to last acting course I ever did was a Meisner course. And part of that, I think it was 3 months, part of that we had to come up with like a one man sort of skit through. Oh man, now I've forgotten. It was an anthology. Lee Masters? Edgar Lee Masters? Edgar Lee Masters. Hang on. My brain is Edgar Lee Masters. Is that someone? Edgar Lee Masters. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he has a book, right? Spoon River Anthology. And we had to perform a poem from that. So that just reminded me of what you said. Sorry. A quill and a stamp. Very cool. Yeah, thank you. My quill, this is my quill. The wax seal is up on the shelves behind me. It's just AG, but that's my quill. I love writing it. I need to get some more ink actually. Thank you so much for oh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I used to write in a quill before, and I found it so difficult. And then I got this one off Amazon, like just a set, a quill and ink set. And it's this, I haven't changed it comes with different quill heads. I've never changed it, and it's so easy to write with. I love it. So if you ever want to pick up a quill, I would recommend ones that look like that. Again, you can find them on Amazon, but it's really good quality stuff. Obviously, I'm not sponsored to say that, but I'm just being honest with you guys. It's really good. And they do different colored feathers as well. Okay, let me get to know you guys a bit better. Let me pose a question to you guys. Let me get to know you. Why did you guys start writing poetry? I know that some people have said in the chat already that it sort of branched out from prose and fiction writing and uh, uh, yeah, prose and stuff like that. But what really got you guys into poetry? Let me get to know you guys better. Why did you start writing poetry? I used to have a Poe quill set. Nice. Black raven feathered quill and black this heart black blackest black ink, does that say? I can't tell because this heart is being annoying. I think that says black, yeah, blackest black ink. Got ruined in a flood. Oh, I'm so sorry, Raven. I bet that was treasured. I can imagine that being treasured. I would have loved that. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Would it be maybe easily replaceable, or was it like a really sort of a one time thing? This might be triggering, but holding a okay inspired my first poem. I think I remember you saying that actually. I was with a friend who was babysitting when the I'm not going to say that because obviously the algorithm will pick up me saying that. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That's sad. And why did you keep writing poetry, Jeff? What made you continue to write poetry and not just that one time? To keep my brother from reading my journals. Oh, we've had this discussion before, I think. I remember Raven saying that too. I think we've had this discussion before. I remember you saying that, Raven, to keep my brother from reading my journals. He saw poetry and went, ooh, never touch my journals again. Huh. Do we know someone that wrote a different language? Oh, was it Matt Wall? Maybe it was Matt Wall who made up like a language to stop. I think it was Matt actually who didn't want people reading his poetry or his diary or something, so he started writing in a different language. If it's not Matt, then I've kind of just maybe it wasn't Matt. Sounds amazing, Raven. Yeah, I'd love that. It must have been a collector's set because I've never seen another one like it. Oh man. I'm sorry, Raven. That sucks. I can imagine how gutted you were. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to be around much longer, and I wanted to leave my daughter some memories to understand why I wasn't around. But it was an absolute therapy, and I'm so glad I found it. Well, glad that things didn't continue down that path, Nikki, and I'm glad that poetry brought you out of that. That's amazing, and that's why I love poetry so much. That's why I will scream about poetry from the rooftops. People seem to get something from what I wrote, so I kept doing it. Nice. Nice, Jeff. I'm glad that you have. I'm glad that you have as well. I started reading poetry and really liked it. I started writing it seriously a few months later to get my feelings out. Hello, a poet. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Glad to have you here. I don't believe we've seen you in the stream before, so it's nice to have you here. A, a poet amongst poets. Good to have you here. And again, I'm glad that you followed the poetry path as well. Yes, let's get a few hellos in the chat. When I was younger than that, I would start novels that I wouldn't finish and would occasionally write poetry for school or just to express myself. I can relate to that for sure. I can relate to that for sure. Apart from the school part, because I didn't bother with school. I went to school, just not poetry class. We've had so many new faces in here tonight. It's amazing. I say faces, but names. I should say names. It's really great to see so many new people here. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. And if you're watching on playback, that's okay. Hello. Fourth grade, seventh grade poetry units. Yeah, yeah. So I don't think we did poetry. Our school system is a little bit different to yours. Assuming that you're in America, when you're saying like grade and stuff, I don't know if that's a European thing too. It might be a European thing too. Um, I only ever remember doing poetry in year 10. And in the UK, we did things called GCSEs, which were our final exams before we left the school system, you know, unless you went on to college and uni. But if you didn't do that, then they were your final exams that would set you up for life. They were called GCSEs. I think they've done away with them now, actually. But I only remember doing a poetry module in year 10, and I didn't go. I went to one class. I wrote a science fiction novella that took a lot out of me, decided I would never be a novelist, so I stick to short stories, flash fiction, and poetry. Nice. I wrote a novella in 2017. I just read On the Road, and it was sort of my homage and my version of that, but it sucks. It's so bad. There's a trend. I have a trend of taking things out of print, of doing things, hating them, and taking them out of print. If I had the power to, I'd probably take fungal matter out of print at one point, at some point in the future. I'm really proud of it, actually, but it tends to be a thing. I hate early hours now because I read it and I just like, no, it's not good. But I think that's just something we do as artists. I will do everything it takes to not take early hours out of print because literally the whole message behind the early hours is to accept that this is all a journey and we all start from somewhere and there's a progression. Hopefully there's a progression in our work. So I won't. That's the whole message. If you didn't know, that's the whole message behind the early hours. So I can't take that out of print. But everything else I've done, Southwest on the A303, I've taken out of print. The White Cover Trilogy stuff I've taken out of print. Poetry in Motion is out of print. They are both great, Adam. Do not take either out of print. Well, I can't take Fungal Matter out of print because they're all sold out now. So they're all out there in the world. 15 of them. And I know, Raven, you posted today you're one of the 15. So the farmer's dog ad. Oh, Tanya got hit with a farmer's dog ad. Why did you get into poetry, and why did you keep at it? So again, this is just in case people are watching, because I know a lot of people have started following me on Instagram that are photographers, and I can only assume, take an educated guess that they'll be at this conference, not next week, the week after. So I don't want to say too much, just in case they're watching. And if you are watching, hello, I can't wait to meet you. But I got into poetry because I wrote a poem for my first love in college, and it was like I've never felt anything like it. Never felt anything like it. It was like such a yes moment. This. It feels amazing. It just felt right. And so I wrote that first poem, carried on with pursuing acting and stuff, but never ever felt that sort of sense of belonging with it, and never forgot about how I felt whilst writing that and creating that. And then 4 years later or something like that, I was doing the acting stuff. I decided to write a script. I decided to write a script, a series actually called Nerdians that I wanted it to be low budget and wanted to be. It was written in my mind's eye to be produced for YouTube. It was going to be a YouTube series, right? And then I got some producers on board, and they were like, "This is great, this is great." So it just really became a bigger and bigger thing. And then that didn't work out, creative differences. But I didn't want to let go of the Nerdians universe, so I wrote a short film which is called Nerdians Back to the Past. It's sort of a parody of Back to the Future, uh, and just realized that I actually love sitting at a desk putting words together and telling stories that way. And so I was like, okay, maybe I'll be a writer. And then everything, it was just a perfect storm. And then at that time, I read a book called Jack Kerouac. No, hang on, I'm getting mixed up. Before Jack Kerouac, the book wasn't called Jack Kerouac, it was written by Jack Kerouac. Before that, I read a book. It was an autobiography by a musician called Ray Manzarek, who was the keyboard player for The Doors. It was cool and it was rock and roll. I was into rock and roll. I was 21 years old, right? Uh, and he talked about Jim Morrison, who was the singer, who loved poetry more than music. And I was like, okay, cool. I like Jim Morrison. I like The Doors. I like rock and roll. And if Jim loves poetry over music, then I can give it a go. And of course, I never forgot that feeling I had when I wrote that first poem. I was like, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna do this. And then I found Jack Kerouac on the road, was like just fell in love with that beat style of life, uh, and tried to replicate it in Southwest on the A303. I kind of did some solo traveling and stuff like that, and then random ramblings, Instagram, and it's just. But above all of that, I just love bringing people to poetry. I just love showing people that poetry can be fun. It doesn't have to be, even though, ironically, I've got Shakespeare everywhere. I do like Shakespeare. Shakespeare wasn't the person that got me into poetry, Kerouac was. But Shakespeare has always been part of my life as an Englishman and as someone who studied acting as well. You can't not be exposed to Shakespeare. So love Ray and the Doors. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We lost Ray not long, about 2 years after I read that book was when Ray Manzarek passed, actually. So I owe a lot to Ray Manzarek. I owe a lot to his book. That's just a sign of your progression. Yeah, they are both great, Adam. Do not take either out of print. The Farmer's Dog. Nikki, I've started using all poetry under Ghost of a Goddess recently. I have a few poems on there. Nice. I haven't ventured onto all poetry actually. But if you want another website, come and join the poetrycove.com/forum. We would love to have you. Love Ray and the Doors, yeah. The Doors and Beats are both pivotal of my poetry writing. Yeah, mine too, Jeff, for sure. Mine too. Like without, it's crazy how much influence that had, or they had, and still have. I've sort of branched off in a different direction now and kind of exposing myself to more classics. But like Kerouac is a huge pillar. Kerouac and Shakespeare are probably the two big pillars welcome me into in that stand in front of the temple of My writing. I don't know. Sorry. I was like talking, but I was also out here thinking something to myself about whether the gesture I just made in front of camera looked dodgy. Just, I haven't heard of that. Is it like the Poetry Cove? All poetry, yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a book of Jim Morrison's writings, The American Night. Yeah. So his album American Prayer was like on repeat for days. Have you seen the new Banksy works in London? I have not seen them. I heard about them on the radio, but I've not seen them. Didn't someone steal one like within a few hours of it going up or something? Getting a real sore throat, probably because I've got a candle burning behind me. So yes, one got stolen. A new and upcoming singer, Kyle Rising, has the Doors style. Oh, nice. Kyle Rising. I'll have to check them out. There is a song that I have like in the loop right now. I don't think it's the one I've got right now. Maybe it is, but there is a very Doors-esque song that I've used in the past to sort of introduce the stream. 15 people watching and only 14 likes. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by on your Sunday evening. If you can, please do hit that like button. It really does help the channel and the video. So if you like what I do, if you appreciate what I do, if you find value in what I do here on YouTube, please hit that like button. And even there you go. Thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed, do hit that subscribe button too. A lot of people, we discussed this before with Matt last week, I think. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it, Jeff. Um, I think it was last week with Matt. Yeah, it must have been. We were talking about subscriber numbers and stuff. Um, and sometimes people don't realize they're not subscribed, but it does help. So please do hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications as well. For my fellow Brits, it's looking dark outside the shed. Are we at that point already where we've lost our long days? Are we coming to the end of our summer just as it's getting started? 16 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, by the way, Chris, thank you for following me on Instagram. I saw that in the break. If you guys aren't following on Instagram, me on Instagram and want to, I am back on Instagram now. Uh, if you want to follow me, it's Adam Gary Poetry. Days are getting shorter already. Isn't that insane? I don't know what the weather pattern has been like in the US, but here in the UK, this summer has been like the worst I can remember, the worst in living memory. Probably not, but at least for me, it's been the worst summer I can remember. It's been so bad. No worries, Adam. Just found you on Instagram. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, all the follows and all the support you guys um can lend and give even is really really appreciated. And you guys do show so much support. Like I'm so lucky. Yeah, talking about weather patterns, I know yours hasn't been great, Raven, with all the tornadoes and stuff. And yes, British summer has been awful. Complete washout, right? Right? Like, come on, man. I'm not even a summer guy. Like, I'm genuinely not even a summer guy. I like spring and I like autumn. Summer heat isn't great, but I do appreciate the brightness and the longer days. Hottest summer here in Oklahoma on record so far. I feel like we're saying that every year. It's just getting hotter and hotter. But we're not going to talk politics or anything like that. But yeah, I think tomorrow for those Brits here, tomorrow is going to be 33, I've been told. 33. Adam Gary will not be functioning tomorrow. Yeah, if you are following me on Instagram, you'll be seeing some like worn out story photos of me just corpsing or something because I'm not going to be comfortable tomorrow. Not gonna lie, I'm an uh, autumn-hearted girl. Hell yeah, I love Halloween. Halloween is my time of year, by the way. I can't wait for the colors to change and the nights to draw in. Yes. I love autumnal nights, but I don't like autumnal mornings. Purely because I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do my security job. And it's going to be so difficult to get out of bed when it's pitch black. I'm just going to want to sleep in. That's the good thing about summer is that when I wake up at 4, it's bright out. I can just spring out, of, spring out of bed. Sorry, typos. No, you're good. You're good. But I can't wait for Halloween. I can't wait for Halloween. I've already got on my Amazon sort of saved for later bit a pumpkin head mask, like a full-on foam pumpkin head mask that I might wear on stream for a Halloween special. I really want to do like a on the hunt live stream on Halloween night, but clearly it won't be at Scadbury Manor, so I'll have to think of somewhere else. I love foggy autumn mornings. The ravens are out then. Nice. Nice. I love it. Spooky. Yeah, I gotta start planning on the hunt for you guys because I know the members voted for that. So I know you Gary goers want that. So I need to start looking for locations again. What about the gravesite of Christopher Marlowe? The churchyard should be accessible even at night. No, it's actually not. So for every on the hunt video I do, I go and pay my respects. And I did with Christopher Marlowe. But I don't personally want to go into a graveyard with a camera and doing all of this stuff. I don't know, it doesn't feel right for me to do personally. But off camera, every video I do, I go to the gravesite of the person and I pay my respects during the day. And I know for a fact that where Marlowe is buried, there are great big iron gates that lock at 5 p.m., I think. Wednesday in Gainesville, Georgia, it was 37 Celsius. The heat coming off the cement was unbearable. Glad when we went back to Hayesville, 52 Celsius. I would die. I would not survive in that. And I think we've said this before on a stream on another hot day that in the States, most buildings have AC. Not the case here in the UK. Although it's getting much better. Most homes don't have AC. Most public buildings do now, but most homes don't have AC. So I know they weren't poetry related, but maybe have a look at the book I sent you a few weeks ago. I know they weren't poetry related, but maybe have a look at the book I sent you a few weeks ago. I'm so sorry, Danny. I've had so much on for the last few weeks. I'm so sorry. Remind me what book that was. Fair enough. The church would probably not love the idea, but I bet they see weird stuff. Yeah, I bet they do. I bet they do. It was 103 here on Friday. I don't know what that is Celsius. Let's try and work that out. So 90, what? So that's going to be like 40 Celsius around there. That's like, I'd be dead. I don't know how you guys survived that. It's like desert. Damn, Raven, that's hot. Yeah, that's crazy. And there's me complaining about what, maybe 92. I don't know. I'm just trying to make a guesstimate based on Tanya's conversion because I don't know Fahrenheit. 39.4 Celsius. That's insane. How do you guys survive? Good question. Let me try and find it. I'm so sorry, Danny. I'm so sorry. I can't remember. You're gonna send it to me and go, I'll be like, oh yeah, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Air conditioners and a lot of ice drinks for real, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yep. I'm under my air conditioner right now. You guys, I feel for you. I feel for you. It was 108 in Denver that same day. Ah, yes. Yeah, okay. So now I remember. Haunted Inns of Surrey on your personal Insta chat. Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. Haunted Inns of Surrey. 42 Celsius. I'm not going to complain. Winter will be here before. This is true. This is true, though. I don't mind winter. I don't mind winter. I don't love it. I'm not sitting here like, oh man, I wish it was winter right now. I wish it was autumn. I wish it was Halloween right now. But I don't mind winter. I think, do you know what? Oh, I don't know. It's difficult. I love the brightness of I love the brightness of summer, but that's about it. I don't like the heat. I just like the brightness and the longer days. But if someone said to me, I if someone said to me, right, I am in control now, and I need to get rid of all the seasons. No, hang on. I need to get rid of a season, either summer or winter. I would say get rid of summer. I'd rather have winter. Love autumn. If we even have a winter, last year we had 1 week of frigid weather, a slight dusting of snow, one ice storm, then in the 40s and 50s, the rest of the winter. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's kind of like what our summer has been, but the reverse. Like we've had nice days, hot days here and there, and we think, okay, summer's getting started, and then we'd have like a thunderstorm and rain and wind. It's been pants. It is 20 to 9 in the evening right now, and I'm still hot and bothered. Okay, guys, maybe we'll tune out now. Maybe we'll call it a day there. Thank you so much for joining me this weekend. Thank you so much for joining me this Sunday. Um, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. If you're watching playback, please still hit that like button. It would really, really help. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. What state are you in, Raven? Sleeping is going to be fun tonight. Oh, I don't even want to think about sleeping tonight. It's going to be so uncomfortable. Um, it's going to be so uncomfortable. Yeah, you're right. Night, guys. Catch you next time. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Please hit that like button, even if you're watching playback. If you are watching playback, please feel welcome to leave comments. Because again, comments really help, and I love engaging with you guys. I will reply to all of them, or do my best to reply to all of them. And Instagram, follow me on Instagram, Adam Gary Poetry, and fan mail on my website homepage. There's so much that I need to just throw at you guys. I'm sorry, but I appreciate it. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Next week, okay, before we all dip out, next week, I'm just gonna say it. Next week there won't be a stream because I'm just gonna take the evening to chill out before I travel up north for the convention. So next week, no stream. There will still be a members video. Um, and maybe I'll throw a couple of shorts in, but no stream next week. But there will be a video on Tuesday. All right. Thank you so much for those hearts, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything. TTYL.